And we begin tonight with breaking news. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Tasmin Mahfouz. And right now, DC police are investigating a deadly shooting in Northeast DC.
It happened in the 4000 block of Minnesota Avenue Northeast just before 6 p.m. Our Dave Laval live on scene tonight. And Dave, we know this is an active scene and active investigation.
And also, Chris and Tasmin, it's a very sad situation as family of that victim has gathered here. And just a few moments ago, police removed the body. You could hear sobs and tears flowing as relatives cried out, my baby, a truly sad situation. This all happened in front of the New Garden Chinese restaurant. Police responded to the scene here about 5:45, where they found the body in front of the restaurant. And as you said, all we have been told at this point is that the victim had been shot to death. We don't know if it's a man or if the victim is a woman. This is the 4th homicide around the district this year. That's 4 more compared to the same time from a year ago. And those latest numbers are from the DC Police website. So again, police remain here on the scene as they are investigating a deadly shooting that took place in front of the New Garden Chinese restaurant. That happened about 5:45 tonight. We are live in Northeast. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Yeah, just heartbreaking. Dave, thank you. And the Maryland man arrested in connection with last week's shooting right near a Metro bus is due back in court tomorrow. And tonight we're learning more about the moments leading up to the gunfire that wounded a 6-year-old girl and a 9-year-old boy. This all happened last Wednesday at 14th Street and Fort Stevens Drive in DC's Brightwood community. Our Dave Laval, who's actually pulling double duty tonight, has new details from that investigation.
Gunshots erupted after several people got off a Metro bus when it stopped at 14th Street Northwest and Fort Stevens Drive, January 11th. It ended with a man, a 6-year-old girl, and 9-year-old boy wounded. New court documents reveal the man, Stephen Perdomo, had been involved in a fight on the bus a short time earlier. Perdomo, according to documents, ran onto the bus to help a passenger who got jumped on his way home from Cardozo High School. That passenger told police he recognized the 8 to 10 attackers, who he claimed are members of the 18th Street gang, from another assault back in October. Police believe Perdomo stabbed one of the attackers with a knife as the fight continued on the sidewalk. That's when the shooting started. Documents show the young boy suffered a gunshot wound in the right rear end. The young girl was shot in the abdomen. Meanwhile, DC police are looking for 2 suspects in connection with the attack.
And that was our Dave Laval reporting. Meanwhile, Perdomo remains held without bond. He's scheduled to be back in court Friday morning.
And a heads up if you're driving in DC tomorrow. There will be road closures for the annual March for Life event. So here's what you need to know. Constitution Avenue, 15th Street, 3rd Street, 7th Street, and Pennsylvania Avenue will be closed. 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th Streets, Madison Avenue, and Jefferson Drive also will be closed. Maryland Avenue, Washington Avenue, 1st Street, and several tunnels also will not be accessible. The March for Life rally starts at noon tomorrow. The march is from 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. Forecast actually looks really nice for those marchers tomorrow.
Yeah, it does. We got DC News Now. Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb here. Janessa, there will be plenty of sunshine.
Yeah, we have kind of that sun and cloud mix tomorrow afternoon. We're over the showers right now, just dealing with kind of that lingering half of that cold front that has now exited into the Atlantic. So right now we're very quiet from Front Royal to Warrenton. Good evening, Frederick, Maryland. You're actually now starting to dry out from Fredericksburg. You can see for the Clinton area, Waldorf, St. Mary's, Culver County, just a few isolated showers that are about to make its way into the Chesapeake Bay. And then really we're going to be on the dry side for the rest of the evening. Now we're watching increasing clouds and really going to see all this clearing that's taking place from Manassas to the Leesburg area. What we are tracking here is the backside moisture that will impact Kaiser, the Cumberland area. Winter weather advisory has been put in in place for Garrett County into tomorrow morning throughout the day, as we're tracking now a trace to at least 2 inches in that area. Also, high wind advisory in place just west of I-81. That will expire going into the 4 o'clock hour for your Friday. So we're talking about the next 36 to 40 hours on the dry side. A lovely start to your weekend, but the problem is we do have an approaching storm system coming out of the Pacific Northwest that will move in by Sunday. We'll look at that coming up.
All right, Janessa, thanks. Well, after an 8-month investigation, the Supreme Court says it cannot identify who leaked the Dobbs draft opinion last year. That opinion ultimately overturned Roe v. Wade. Our Marielle Carbone live outside the Supreme Court tonight. And Marielle, more than 80 people had access to that draft opinion.
Yeah, that's right. That is according to the report that came out on the investigation. Now, we know 97 people were interviewed, some of them multiple times, but the investigation was still not able to pinpoint exactly who leaked that draft.
8 months, more than 100 interviews, and dozens of sworn affidavits. Yet the Supreme Court still does not know who leaked the draft Dobbs opinion, which resulted in the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
So essentially, the Supreme Court decided to investigate a number of employees who reportedly had connections or could have connections with reporters.
Thursday, the Supreme Court released this statement, which says investigators have been unable to determine at this time, using a preponderance of the evidence standard, the identity of the persons who disclosed the draft majority opinion in Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health. Politico first published the draft on May 2nd, which led to weeks of protests and the opinion eventually being issued in June, turning abortion rights over to the states.
And we know that this was such an important part of really the saga of overturning Roe v. Wade because it could have impacted the results of the 2022 midterm elections.
Julia Manchester is with The Hill.
We saw that Democrats and Republicans essentially pounced to message their own way on this draft leak. And
the investigation focused on part-time and permanent court employees, but none confessed to leaking the draft, and no forensic evidence could identify a source. In part, the investigation blames the pandemic and work from home for making it too easy to remove sensitive information from the building and the court's IT networks.
I think you're going to see the Supreme Court really try to prevent anything from happening like this in the future.
And the report also states that it does not appear that the court's IT system was hacked in all of this, and it also does make some recommendations. One, that SCOTUS restrict access to court-sensitive material, and also that training is increased here. Reporting live from the Supreme Court tonight, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Thank you, Marielle. Developing tonight, Alexandria School Board is weighing whether or not to continue its turbulent relationship with school resource officers. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcilla joins us live from Alexandria, right outside of where the board is meeting right now. And Max, before we get into the decision, how did the school district even get to this point?
Right, so this has been a saga ongoing for a few years, really going back to 2021 when Alexandria City Schools actually started the school year without school resource officers in the buildings. But after a series of some violent incidents, some school administrators went back to City Council and pleaded with them to put the officers back in schools, which they did, and they have been in the schools since then. That gets us to here, because all during that time, the school division set up a committee to kind of evaluate things and recommend moving forward if the officers should remain in schools. Tonight, the committee is saying yes, they should, with a few additional recommendations for different actions the school board and the school division can take. The recommendation says that it's important for SROs to be in schools because taking them out would send a message to the community that the school district does not take safety seriously, though it did say SROs will not independently solve safety concerns. The committee, among their other recommendations, one for ACPS to require de-escalation training as part of the requirement for the school resource officers, as well as a quarterly evaluation of their performance. Tonight we heard from some advocates. Elizabeth Stanley told the board she would support some of those recommendations, but ultimately does not believe that SROs belong in schools.
We want to increase the safety of our schools and our community in the long term. And that takes more work than the knee-jerk Band-Aid response of throwing armed officers into the mix and calling it safety.
And right now, the school board just wrapping up its first discussion. A lot of talk about how to present these findings and the desire to continue the SRO program to City Council in the future. Coming up at 10, you'll hear from a couple of school board members on how they're viewing the recommendations. Reporting live in Alexandria, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.